Hello Terraria enthusiasts, my name is James and welcome back to the Calamity Mod. So I'm back from my short break, and if you didn't get the chance to see my community post about why I was away, I will clear it up for everybody because I know that I've had a few short breaks throughout this series so far. So what's your excuse this time, James? Well, basically, I wrote the post about this. I got the opportunity to work on a dream project, something I've always wanted to do, and legally, I can't tell you what it is. Just genuinely upfront, I can't tell you what it is, I can't hint about it, I can't do anything of the sort. I can tell you that one day, you will see the project, which is something that makes me so happy, because really it was a dream project of mine, and when you eventually do see the project, I think you guys are going to understand why. So, that being said, I've been away, and I have been playing games while I've been away. I've been mainly playing on the Oculus Quest, so I've got a kind of funny story to tell you about that, about my quest to get an Oculus Quest. Now, today's episode is all about Providence, or it was going to be about Providence, and I'll tell you why. So, I took a break from this world, and I wanted to come back and do Providence and do it right, because I thought, oh, if I'm going to come back, I want to make sure I can at least beat the boss that I couldn't do in the last episode. Well, it didn't really turn out that way, because I spent all day trying to do it, so I spent a good, 10 hours just trying to beat the boss, and obviously I spent 10 hours because I suck, right? Any better player? 5 minutes, fam. But here's the beef. So I've been using the Xerox pitchforks, and I was using them all day, and I was getting the boss down to its final 5%, pretty much, about that. Now what's happened is, I updated my mods after a couple of hours of playing, and these have been nerfed. So this was the best rogue weapon that we can use at this stage of the game, at this point. Now we can't use it, so it might be worth using the elemental discs, but still, these are probably better than anything else that we can make. But they've been nerfed by, I feel like, about a third. I don't know if it's like, the more you use them, the less damage they do, or anything like that. I don't know the mechanics, but they have been nerfed quite a bit. So I'm going to show you a Providence fight, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk over it. This is all live, but I'm going to talk over it so that you guys can at least see me play a little bit, because I have been away, rather than me just trying learning how to fight it off camera and just spending forever. So let me tell you about my story to get a quest. So for those unaware, not in the know, an Oculus Quest is a new VR system. So it's by Oculus. They're the people that did the Rift and the Go. And the Quest is their first attempt at kind of like all-inclusive VR. So you put the headset on, it's got all the cameras built in, so you don't need sensors. You don't plug it into a computer. It uses a mobile processor to just make VR happen. And it's amazing. It's so good. It gets like an A++ from me. Like, I had my family around yesterday. They were on it. They gave it an A++. And I've made them play pretty much every version of VR I've ever had. From like the moment where it was just a screen that you sat down in a chair and looked at, to when they added controllers, to when they added touch controllers. I've made my family go through it all, and they're big fans of VR. It got an A++. So let me tell you about my my journey to get one. So they got announced a couple of weeks ago, just out of the blue. Oculus Quest, it's here, right? There's been leaks for a long time, but that's essentially it. So me being a big VR fan, I'm like, this is it. I'm getting that. You know, I didn't need to wait for the reviews. I didn't need to wait for, somebody to tell me it's good. I just knew it would be good, because it's exactly what I'm looking for, right? And I pre-ordered it instantly. So the day rolls around to get it. I'm very excited. And I'm also a little bit impatient because I was one of the first pre-orders. So obviously I'm thinking, this thing's coming day one, right? So I message Oculus and I'm like, hi, I ordered this a good couple of weeks ago. I've not had any tracking information, what's going down. And Oculus are like, oh, well, you'll be getting yours in a few weeks. And I'm like, right, that doesn't seem right. But obviously, you don't know who you're talking to at Oculus. It's just some employee, right? So I wasn't rude. I was just like, okay, cool. I asked them how I would return it, because my plan was I'll just go and buy one from the shop and return the one that Oculus send me, because I can just go and buy one today. So like when they say, oh, there's not enough stock, there was stock. So that was the Providence fight. Now, in that time frame, I would be down to the last 10% before the nerf to the pitchforks. So I thought I would do that to just keep that in mind for when you do the fight. I'm using a few little extra potion buffs, essentially. They give like 5% here or there, just to make it a little bit easier. Before I wasn't using them. So Oculus like, right, you're not getting it. And I'm like, right. I go onto Curry's PC World and I order one to my house. It's coming in an hour. That's how simple it was. Oculus, I didn't believe you, fam, when you said no stock. And then with that, knock, 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 right? Here's your Oculus. Thank you very much. I signed for it. Great. And then after a little while, I'm like, I never got a confirmation from PC World about my Oculus. So it turns out Oculus sent an Oculus to my house. Didn't give any tracking information or say it was coming. And then I was like, well, my Oculus now said it's been delivered from PC World. So what had happened was they delivered it to the wrong address, the PC World one anyway. And then I got my actual one from Oculus. So it was just a big pain. So I had to track down my package. And that took forever. And then I had to go return it to the shop. And that took forever. And all because Oculus just couldn't give me some tracking info. It was well worth it. Fantastic machine. Although I didn't get to play it as much as I wanted to because I was working on the Dream Project. Right, let's spray this bad boy. And we'll crack on. But yeah, it's really good. I've played some games like there's Vader Immortal. So you guys remember the other day I was talking about Star Wars, right? So me and Courtney watched Star Wars the other week. That was her first intro into the Star Wars universe. Now, I've not seen all of them. And I've never really found Darth Vader to be a very intimidating person. So there's a new game called Vader Immortal. It's very quick. It's about half an hour. It's meant to tell like chapter 1 of a story, essentially. And they have this scene where Vader walks in. And this isn't spoilers, so don't worry. And Vader is like 7 foot. So I'm 6 foot. Maybe a little bit more. Nah, not really. I'm just 6 foot. Bang on. And Vader walks in and he's like 7 foot. And it's so imposing. And it was at that moment I was like, oh, I see why people were scared of Vader as a kid. Because he really is like, he's quite a threatening size. I never really noticed in the films, but he's very tall. And it is, when you're in VR, you get proper immersed. I felt very intimidated. So that was that anyway. So that's been great. I've been playing that. Playing a lot of Beat Saber. Love Beat Saber. Unfortunately, to the Beat Saber community, this is the bit that sucks. They didn't enable cross-buys, so if you bought the PC version, you didn't get a version on Oculus for free. Some other games did. But they offered all the DLC for free if you'd bought it on other versions. So that was kind of good. So I guess that was alright. Here I am, just reviewing Oculus Quest in the middle of my Terraria video, even though I've not played Terraria in forever. Apologies. Sorry. Alright, this fight's not going very well, because I'm not even attempting to dodge the lasers, right? I'm just literally just trying to get used to this new weapon, because I think this is going to have to be the weapon that we use. I went and checked out Leviathan's Revisited series, and he used a elemental disc, but then swapped to the pitchforks because he realized they were better. Now that the pitchforks are gone, oh, it hurts. It really hurts. Okay. Well, this has got to be it for a little while. I've just got to be cracking on with this. I'd love to know if there's any better rogue weapons, because to my understanding, the pitchforks were the best. And then you can get a weapon from Providence themselves that's better. And you can get Yuli Bloomy after Providence. And Yuli Bloomy makes a new type of pitchfork. And I'm wondering if that's the case. So I would love to know from any Calamity devs or anybody like that, anybody working on the project, is there anything better that I can use? And has this been considered when making this nerf? Because I like the pitchforks. I understand why they were nerfed. But I feel like if you're going to nerf the pitchforks, you have to raise the elemental disc to kind of match it out. Because I guess you should probably nerf the thing that's single use, right? But if you're taking the time to craft a weapon, that should be better. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. Alright, I'll give this one another go. I'll be silent this time and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, it's just me and Providence. No chicken balls. I'm going to be silent again. But it's going good. If the laser don't kill me, I think I'm up. Oh, okay, I might actually do this and do it live. How amazing. I've spent hours on this fight. I swapped to the elemental disc. Maybe this was the way to go always. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Literally all day. I was in the car driving Courtney home earlier, telling her how frustrated I was that I spent all day trying to beat a boss, and now I've done it. What? So yeah, so just for Calamity purists, just to know, I was using some of the little extras. So extra defense, you know, if you had a Dryad nearby, plus 5% damage, increased flight time, but that really didn't affect out because there's a buff on that anyway. I don't even know why I have that because it'll really do out. Yeah, all right, cool. May not be a Calamity perfectionist fight, but I feel like nobody really needs that these days. We're all good and pure. So let's open this up. I got some Divine Geodes. I got a Rune of Cos. This is what I needed, the Molten Amputator. So this is what's going to take me through the next few bosses, I believe. Now, I feel like, and it's been a little while since I've been here, so was it Bumblebird next? Or did we skip Bumblebird? Because I have a feeling we might have done. So Bumblebird is here. Also, it's literally next. You need the Burb Pheromones. Attracts the bumbling burb. Nice. Okay, let's see. Burb Pheromones. Okay, I have it, so that's fantastic. So we'll give this a go. Do I have everything? I pretty much have everything. Now, do you have to fight this in the jungle? I have a feeling that you do. That's probably right. So, this was the cool thing about the Oculus Quest I want to tell you guys about. I wish this was sponsored. Unfortunately not. It's been a big drain on the wallet. But no, so I've always suffered from VR sickness. I covered Minecraft VR a couple of years ago. I didn't have many subscribers then on this channel, so I don't imagine you've seen it. It was a popular video, but you guys probably haven't seen it. But I speak about the fact that I can't have locomotion in games, so that's where you push the thumbstick and the character moves. So that makes me throw up, like legit, like turns my stomach. But with the Quest, because I've got much more free room, because I play it in my living room now instead of my small office, for some reason that effect is completely gone for me. I've played 2 games with locomotion and they feel great. I played the Star Wars game with locomotion, and then I was playing this other game which they had a trial of. I didn't buy the full version. Yeah, VR games are very expensive, so it's best to dish them out. But yeah, oh, I didn't even get my weapon out. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. God, the dream project. Dreamy. Let me just say that. Ugh, can't wait. Okay, well, what else have I been up to? Oh, you guys remember I mentioned the hot tub and the Game of Thrones finale? There's a funny story with that. So I had the hot tub for a couple of days, and the guy said to me, oh, you're going to need to clean it out to make sure that it's got fresh water, because I had it for a couple of days. So I was like, yeah, sure. So they don't tell you how long it is to do this. So I turn it off, and I'm like cleaning out the water, letting it all drain out. And then I'm filling it back up again, and it's about 2 in the morning at this point, because I was doing it late. And I started poking the hot tub, and I was like, crap, this thing's deflated. This thing has got no air in it. And I was like, oh no, what do I do? Because I remember how you fill them up is you get a black tube and the motor, the little thing that filters all the water, blah, blah, blah. You put the tube in and put the thing in like a paddling pool and it blows up, right? I was like, crap, I don't have this pipe. What am I going to do? And I was out at 2 in the morning. It was raining. And I was desperately just trying to fix this this hot tub. What had happened was the guy had done the air valve too loose, so it wasn't like self-reinflating. I did the air valve myself. I just opened it up, right? He's not going to listen, so I think it's fine. I tightened it all up, and then I went to bed, and I was like, please be fine in the morning, because otherwise all this chlorine and water is going to go all over my grass and kill it, which is already kind of dying anyway. And I came out, I woke up at 5 in the morning because I was that nervous. Like, I couldn't sleep about it. And I got up at 5 and I went out and poked it, and I was like, oh, even this is not working. All right, permanently increases rage mode. I was like, even this ain't working. And I was like, right, screw it. I'm off back to bed. I can't deal with this anymore. So I go back to bed. And a few hours later, I get up and I just go out and poke it one last time. And it's perfect. Completely fine. But because of the fact I was out in the rain, and I was in, like, my swimming trunks, and it was cold, so I was cold, wet, being rained on in swimming trunks, stressed, I actually got ill. So while I was working on this project, I was, like, legit just coughing and feeling groggy and stuff. So I kind of got my cough out the way while on a YouTube break, so it really kind of worked out well, to be honest, just overall. Yeah, so that was one little story. Courtney had a great birthday, by the way. You all like left loads of messages saying happy birthday. So I was sat with her, and I like scrolled through them, and I was like, oh, you know, you've had a bunch of people say happy birthday, and she was very grateful. She really appreciates that. There was a time where Court used to be the person who would go through my comments and moderate them for me, and go through and select all the ones that were appropriate for the episode. Essentially so that, like, because we were at a point where we were getting so many, I couldn't read them all. So Courtney would go through and select all the really important ones so that I didn't really miss the vital ones. So she knows who you all are, you know, the frequent commenters. She doesn't do that anymore because she ain't got the free time now that she's got a full-time job, but that used to be really handy. It's good now because the channel's died down a bit. We don't get as many comments now, so that's the way I like it. I like having the smaller community. So I can read it myself, you know, just read it all myself. It feels good, so that's where I am every video, checking up on yous. So my minimap is broken about this area because of the minimap wipe that we had, but this might be the area that we fight Providence. Now, there is a fault with this, and it's that this platform is too low, but I want to have a good go and see what I can make happen with Providence and Hell, because you do have to do both versions. Wait, why can't I use this? Oh, daytime. Daytime. That's right. So let's try... No, it still didn't work. Needs one more go. Okay, let's wait for some health. And then we'll give this one more live go. And I guess we'll call it a day. I'm genuinely mind blown that this has gone so well. Because I was having problems all day. It was just one of those days. And I was stressed about it because I wanted to come back to making videos, and I thought, God, I can't give people a rubbish episode where I just lose constantly. Alright, here we go. So I don't know what's going to happen here with this weapon and with this arena, but we're going to try and make it work. There's going to be a lot of Triforces on the floor, let's just say that. Little triangle boys. Alright, I'm going to try and move as much as I can, just to try and get out the way of this. Oh, I want to use the space to its advantage. So if I loop... Oh, no, that's not good. I was going to say, this arena is going to have to be made bigger, and I don't have the time today, but we can get that sorted. But yeah, I want to make full use of the horizontal space, because it's going to place a bunch of triangles on the floor. Man, Providence has gone through so many changes, and I can't remember. There was one version... See, look, I can't deal with that. Not when I'm that close. That's not good. Oh, now I'm burning because I'm too far away. Okay. Yeah, we'll work on that tomorrow. We'll rechange that. We'll shuffle some stuff around to make that work. But yeah, there's been so many versions of Providence, and I remember there was one that I was like, this is great. And we might actually be at that one. So there are all my items. Everything's good. Rune of Cos, we should probably work through those soon. It might be worth doing the Rune of Coses. Or using Yuli Bloomy armor. Oh, that's a really good point. What can you make out of Yuli Bloomy armor? So, let's have a little look. Yuli Bloomy bars. I might have to search bars. Oh, God, guys. Show you've got to watch. Got to recommend this. So underrated. It's called The OA on Netflix. I binged the first season in one day when it came out. The day it came out. Loved it. Took almost 3 years for a new season, and I left it. I didn't want to watch it for a little while. Alright, I'm going to need to do this fight a few times then to get all the geodes. Okay. But yeah, I didn't watch it when it came out, the second season, because I was like, this is a special show. I want to save it for when I've got some like, chill time. I binged it all yesterday, pretty much. It's really, really good. The OA. Give it a watch if you haven't already seen it. Maybe give it a second watch, because it needs a new season. It'll probably take a while, though. What I'm saying is it needs some support. It's really, really good. Let me give you the premise. It's about a girl who has been missing for a few years, and when she went missing, she was blind. And when she's found again, She's no longer blind. She won't talk to the police, the FBI about it, her parents. She'll only talk to a collection of boys and this old lady that they call BBA. Give it a watch, called the OA, if you're 15 or over. Right, thank you all for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.